Well, now it is time for the Hall of Shame, where every week I'm going to name and shame the worst offenders. In fifth place this week, it's Kamala Harris, who's back on the wines and back with the word salads. I mean, have a listen to this, right? She was on a podcast, and I don't know whether this is some sort of pitch or promotion for the Democrats, but you be the judge. Let's have a look.
Part or even seen by the system. You just look at the range of what we have. So many. Jasmine Crockett, who I just talked to recently. I mean, we have so many stars. We have so many stars in our party. There are so many stars, and let's not be afraid of them. You talk about Mamdani. I mean, he's exciting this group of people. Sorry.
He's exciting. Mamdani is exciting. Okay, the guy has a resume longer than my arm. All right, he's got no skills. He literally woke up one day and just decided to, I'm just going to run and leave behind his previous life as a rapper, and she thinks that's exciting? Come on.
Don't think of themselves as being aligned or a part or even seen by the system. You just look at the range of what we have. So many. Jasmine Crockett.
Jasmine.
Who I just talked to recently. I mean, we have so many.
Okay, I cannot possibly listen to that anymore. Okay, so Jasmine Crockett. Well, is this a definition? Well, I've got to say, I think that she is a definition of why people do not take the left seriously. I mean, she's obsessed with illegal immigrants, firstly, and obsessed with shouting. And according to Kamala, well, apparently she's some sort of big star. I mean, I just find it utterly extraordinary. Now, coming in number 4 is Jennifer Newsom. Now, this is Gavin Newsom's wife, okay? And I didn't think that anybody could be more annoying, to be honest, than the actual Ken doll himself. But after watching this, I actually think that she might be the serial irritant stealing the mic again from him. Let's have a look at this.
And I will tell you right now, I will not raise my children to think Donald Trump is an acceptable American leader.
Really?
Nor that he is what the leader of our great country should behave like. I won't raise them to think his terror enables his power and that his greed equals success. He is the exact opposite of what real strength looks like.
Okay. Let's Jennifer. Firstly, no one cares how you're raising your kids. Okay? No one cares. What you and Ken, aka Gavin, do behind closed doors actually has nothing to do with America, believe it or not, in your palatial mansion, that is. But secondly, the fear-mongering, the Donald Trump hysteria, the Trump derangement syndrome that seems to be a real chronic issue for the Newsom family. So she's raising the next generation to also be as fearful of strong, wonderful leaders like Donald Trump, leaders that actually make a difference, leaders that aren't woke, leaders that aren't scared of gender ideology, leaders that aren't scared to put their foot down. So what are you raising? I don't know, like a bunch of wimps? What are you doing? I mean, again, it has nothing to do with me, what she does in her own backyard. But I just find it utterly extraordinary that she's going on these deranged and, quite frankly, sad rants. Now, speaking of sad rants, Don Lemon. Okay, this is the sacked CNN host, of course. He's been going bad for years, let's be realistic, but I actually think that he's gotten worse since his arrest. Let's have a listen to this.
Trump. F you. I think people are tired of being respectable and going high when they go low. And I think it's perfectly okay. Like sometimes you just have to say, I'm fed up. This is some bullshit. So F him. I'm sick of this shit. And I think that's the attitude that's worth carrying into the 2026 midterms.
Is it?
If you take that attitude into the polls, you take that attitude into your neighborhoods, that's the thing that people can really relate to.
Is it really something people can relate to? Is it Donnie? Again, another Trump derangement syndrome sufferer. Donnie has gotten worse over the years. I think that really he does need some chronic help for it. Can you imagine being so deluded and so deranged that every day you come on your own podcast or you go onto someone else's show just to say F Trump? Like, is that the only words you have in your vocabulary? F Trump. Is that it? You must be pretty dense, Donnie. You must be pretty dense. There mustn't be a lot going on up here if that's all you ever talk about. Maybe try and broaden your topics. Broaden your horizons. You might see the light better. It might be much, much better for your health. Let me assure you of that. Now, I brought you earlier, of course, the View. Okay, I mean, what can you say about the View? They are on a whole nother planet. But Sunny Hostin, we know that she's had a lot of issues with Trump in the past, but she's gone on one of her deranged, racist rants again. Have a look.
Comes to the event that happened yesterday. What's so hard for me to witness is people stating that the president is a racist, because I've seen him firsthand. He saved one of my best friend's lives, a black woman who has been with him for 18 years.
He's a racist.
No, he saved her life.
No.
There she goes.
Okay.
Look at the face.
Here's the problem, Savannah,
Okay.
and
okay.
why
Let me just
we have a different take
Whoopi
on
off.
it.
Let
Many
me
of
just
us-
cut Whoopi off because we know where this is going. Okay. Sonny, please. The left, this is the thing with the left, right? And especially Sonny because, you know, again, another lefty that has nothing else to talk about. But the left loves throwing around their favourite word of all time, racist. Okay? You could be, I don't know, waving the American flag, right? And the left will say, you're racist. Why? Because it's so easy for them to just tie themselves in knots of guilt. It's this imagined guilt. They try and project it back on you so that you feel bad about yourselves and that they feel better about themselves in their miserable lives. And let's not forget, Sonny, that Donald Trump, he loves a lawsuit, okay? And it wouldn't be the first time he's gone after somebody for calling him a racist. And I will say this, a very, very big well done to Savannah Chrisley there. I thought that she handled that situation so well under the circumstances, the voice of reason for actually pushing back against these Muppets, because honestly, they've got no idea what they're talking about. Anyway, in first position this week, actor Robert De Niro, number one on this week's Hall of Shame, okay? This guy is an unhinged Hollywood has-been. And would you believe it? He's on yet another TDS rant. Let's watch.
We have to make him leave. He jokes now about nationalizing the elections.
Mhm.
He's not joking. We've seen enough already.
Yeah.
And everybody's worried about it. But he means it.
So you don't think he leaves in 3
He
years?
ain't leaving. No way.
Why
We
would
used
he?
to joke the first time they'd get him in the moving van and he'd be sitting in the back of the moving van. They'd put him in whatever.
Like a
and
fake
and
desk
put
in
him
there.
in his desk and not leaving the
Really?
White House desk. No, but he won't. He won't leave. Let's not.
Okay. Firstly, Robert, why would he leave? Okay, if he runs again, why is he going to leave? Now, let's not forget that Robert De Niro, right? This is the same guy who thought that Joe Biden was competent. He thought he was the smartest president on earth at the time when Joe Biden was mumbling, fumbling, stumbling, talking nonsense, walking around in circles, couldn't even remember what day it was, probably didn't even know his own name. And then Robert De Niro turned on him at the 11th hour. This is the same Robert De Niro who is really suffering from relevance deprivation syndrome. Robert, take a hint. You're a has-been. Go and get some help.